morning, everybody. Welcome to another Coffee and Contemplation, brought to you by Spotlight Recovery. I'm your host, Lucas. It is March the 8th. Got a great reflection today. It's all on a decision-making and decision-making process. So I'll pop it up on the screen here and let's get into it. March 8th, making wise decisions. Questions are never indiscreet, answers sometimes are, by Oscar Wilde. Over and over again, we circle the same thoughts in our minds, certain that if we keep chewing on them, we'll be better able to make important decisions. Should we commit ourselves to a new relationship? Is it time to take a new job? Do we need to stand up for a principle? The harder we try to make that perfect decision, the tighter and more obsessed we become. It starts to feel like the most important decision of our lives. The very process of decision making becomes a problem. Instead of recycling the same thoughts, let us ask, what's the worst thing that can happen if we choose a given path today? Is this decision in sync with ourselves and our recovery? Will it work for today? When we answer these questions, our choices are clear. And when we make positive, healthy decisions, the cycle of worry can stop. Our lives are more serene, more productive, and more calm. Today, help me keep my perspective. No decision is without risk, but few are irreversible. This inspiration is from Body, Mind, and Spirit, Daily Meditations. Oh, man. Yeah, I think there's a lot of great stuff in here. I relate to this very much. This pretty much explains my decision-making process when I'm like not in fit spiritual condition, when my head's not in a good place. You know, if I'm anxious or getting worried or nervous about something, I just relate to this so much. Like, you heard me giggling and smiling and stuff when I'm reading through it. Like, this is just very much how my addict brain works. And I think a big part of it too is I think there's a couple things. There's fear of loss of control. I get worried about making the right decision or not that'll ultimately help me control the outcome, giving me the outcome that I really want. That's one. Another two is fear of perfectionism. So if I don't make if I don't make that exact right decision, then yeah, things aren't going to go my way. I'm going to miss an opportunity. I think that's a big one. That like fear of missing out gets really big with that too. If I'm worried I'm going to make the wrong decision, because then I can't take it back or something like that. So I love that it says in here, where is it? Well, it just says somewhere that few questions or most answers or decisions are irreversible. I'm not saying any of this right. Slow down, Lucas. Quit panicking. Well, of course, now once I say it, I feel like I can't find it without having to read it word for word. We know it's in there. Now I'm freaking out and getting stuck. It's in the reflection. I've read it already. Just saying that piece on how few decisions are irreversible. That's a big reminder and a big standout for me. A big reminder that I really need. It's just knowing and remembering that. And a lot of them can feel like they're really big decisions. Another trap that I fall into a lot is that I always feel like I have to make the decision myself. That decision, the weight, the onus is all on me. The onus is all on me to make the decision. I have to do the right thing and come up with it and all of that crap. Well, no, like, especially if the decision involves other people, like it's saying the relationship or something. Well, you're not the only person involved in that, so that's not entirely your decision anyway. You know? And just with so many of these other things, jobs, principles, friends, whatever it may be, yeah, leaning and relying on your friends, on your support network is crucial, is so important for help with things like this. And as an addict, I just forget that so much. You know, when I was living in active addiction, I got so isolated. I got so isolated, or I isolated myself, you know, tomato, potato, whatever. I just was very isolated. I didn't have a support network. So there were a lot of people I felt that I couldn't reach out to or couldn't ask, or the people I chose to surround myself with weren't going to be the best or right people for me to be asking advice from anyways. So I pigeonholed myself in this position where I was always having to make these decisions myself. That was all up to me. There weren't people around for me to be able to ask for help. In recovery now, I have a whole support system of people that I can ask for help. And I still, my reactionary part of my brain will still be to then do it all myself. That old reaction is still there to think, okay, a decision has to come up. All right, I gotta hunker down and I gotta make pros and cons lists or write it all out on a whiteboard, and I've gotta figure out what I'm gonna do and what's the best decision here. I'll do that immediately, or like that's that gut reaction still, instead of, okay, I have a decision to make. I should slow down. I can be calm. I should meditate on it. I should pray and ask God for advice and guidance on this. I should talk to my support circle, my friends, my therapist, my sponsor. Like, that part, I still have to work at that, and I'll notice it sometimes during the day. It's really funny. I actually just did this recently. There was just like this big time pressure situation that was coming up with work, and I was having to decision make on the fly and choose action pretty hard, pretty strong, in order to get things through because we had a deadline. And I noticed at the end of it, when I came out of this whirlwind and everything got done and it was all fine, I kind of looked up at the sky and I was just like, I didn't talk to you once through that whole process. I just immediately, it was like work, hunker down, action mode, let's go, like total type A personality. And I just didn't, you know, hey God, would love a little direction here. Please help remove my anxiety and fear out of this so I can think more clearly and do the work I need to do. It was really funny. It was really funny looking back. I remember that almost instantly. You know, the deadline was done. I sent that last email I needed to, and then just being like, oh yeah, my bad. Oh my gosh. And it's, you know, even with that, like, I clearly got through it. I did the right things. I made the right decision. I got the work done without that guidance or connection with God. But it just could have helped make it less stressful. You know, it could have, I could have not put myself in that position like I was just talking about, where I feel like the onus is all on me. And, yeah, that it was all just up to me. It just could have made it a less stressful situation to be in. Stress is one of the biggest triggers, I think, for me still. It's just one of the feelings I hate the most. Just that feeling stressed. Like, while I'm telling you the story, I can feel it, like, just, like, riling up in my gut. I hate that feeling. Oh, my God. Ugh. So that's another part of this process, too, that stands out for me that it doesn't talk about, I don't think, is, no, it does at the end here, actually. And when in this last couple lines in the third paragraph, and when we make positive, healthy decisions, the cycle of worry can stop. Our lives are more serene, more productive, and more calm. And yeah, there's the line I couldn't see right after it. Today helped me keep my perspective. No decision is without risk, but few are irreversible. Right? So yeah, just back with that line I just read before, that's what I'm talking about. Going through a healthier decision-making process and getting others involved instead of leaving it all just on me, it helps remove that worry. It helps give me more that calm, serene, and productive. I like that it says that too. I absolutely would have been more productive if I wasn't in panic mode on decisions I thought I had to make all by myself. Absolutely would have had a better quality of life that day and would have had a better experience. So all of this stuff is actually really important. I think this is really important. This pops out for me a lot. So I really like this reflection. And I hope you do too. I hope that stood out for you too. So please, down in the comments, let us know what helps you with your decision-making processes, or what stands out for you out of this reflection. We'd love to hear from you. Love to get that contribution. And check out the description for all the ways that Spotlight Recovery can support you, and that you can support Spotlight Recovery. I do private recovery coaching with folks, so if any of this is resonating with you, but you just feel like you can't quite get through or get to this spot where you want to in it, send me an email. It's in the description. Be happy to chat with you and see if there's a way I can help work you through these decision-making processes. Okay? So thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed another coffee and contemplation. I always do. Have a blessed 24, another beautiful day in recovery, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.